Imagine this. It's the year 1580. In the bustling medieval city of Strasbourg, a woman walks into the streets and begins to dance. No, not for joy, not for art, but as if she was trapped in her own body, unable to stop. Within days, dozens joined her. Within weeks, hundreds. Their bodies twist and turn nonstop, day and night. Some collapse from exhaustion, others drop dead. This is not a myth. It's a real historical event. This was the dancing plague of 1518, one of the most mysterious, bizarre, and deadly outbreaks of mass behavior in human history. To understand this mystery, we have to look at the world in 1518. Strasbourg, then part of the Holy Roman Empire, was a deeply religious city plagued by fear and hardship. Famine had ravaged the region. Disease, especially smallpox and syphilis, spread through the town like a wildfire. The Rhine River had recently flooded, running crops. The Black Death was still a living memory, the last outbreak only decades earlier. People were poor, malnourished, terrified, and deeply religious. In this world, saints, curses, and demons weren't legends. They were explanation for the chaos of life. So when the first woman began to dance, people didn't call it a medical issue. They called it a punishment from God. Her name was Frau Trophia. She stepped into the street one morning in July and began dancing. Not with joy, but in kind of trance. Witnesses said she looked haunted. Her movements frantic, jerky, and non-stop. She danced until her feet bled. This continued for 6 straight days. By the end of the week, 34 more people had joined her. By the end of the month, over 400. None of them could stop. Some even cried for help while dancing. This was not performance. People were collapsing from heat stroke, heart attack, exhaustion. Historical records claim up to 15 people a day were dying. One report said, in their madness, they kept up their dancing, even when they collapsed from pain or fell dead. Imagine dozens of bodies swaying, trembling, collapsing with no explanation. Local doctors ruled out natural disease. Instead, they blamed it on hot blood, a concept from medieval medicine that said the body overheated and caused madness. Well, their prescription? More dancing. Authorities set up a stage, brought in musicians, and even hired dancers to help the afflicted work out their illness. Yes, they literally made a dance floor for the plague. This only made it worse. More people joined, the music wiped them into a frenzy, and the death kept rising. Eventually, the city had to shut it all down. Desperate for a cure, officials turned to religion. Locals believed that Saint Vitus, the patron saint of dance and epilepsy, had cursed them. The city sent the dancers to the mountains, where they were prayed over, blessed, and given holy relics. Miraculously, many stopped dancing soon after. The plague faded as mysteriously as it began. But the question still haunts historians. What actually happened? Modern theories. The first, ergot poisoning. Ergot is a toxic mold that grows on damp-ripe bread. It contains chemicals similar to LSD and can cause hallucinations, spasms, and psychosis. This theory gained popularity in the 20th century, but here's the problem. Ergot usually causes violent convulsions, not coordinated dancing. It also affects entire communities, not just small groups. It's unlikely ergot explains the full picture. Second, psychogenic illness. The most accepted theory today. Under extreme stress, fear, and hunger, people can unconsciously mimic behaviors. In a deeply religious society, if one person starts dancing believed to be cursed, others may psychologically fall into the same state. Think of it like a hypnotic domino effect triggered by trauma. Other historical examples include laughing epidemic in Africa, fainting spells in Victorian girls' school, even modern TikTok-like tics. The dancing plague may have been a psychological escape from unbearable stress. Third, religious mania and saints' curses. Locals truly believed in divine punishment. Saint Vitus was thought to possess people with uncontrollable movement. Similar dancing manias had happened in Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands between 1300s to 1500s. This wasn't an isolated case, just the most deadly. Religion may have given structure to mass mental breakdowns, a way to explain the inexplicable. The dancing plague of 1518 is one of the greatest medical and psychological mysteries in history. It challenged everything we think we know about the mind, society, and belief. Could something like that happen again? Maybe not with dancing, but mass panic, viral trends, and mysterious illness still ripple through our world today. And in the end, the scariest part of the story may not be that it happened, but that we still don't fully understand why. Thanks for watching Past Unlocked. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history's strangest epidemic, hit the like button and subscribe for more bizarre, forgotten, and unbelievable stories from the past. Because history isn't dead, it's just dancing right under our feet.